Hello viewers, and welcome to Forgotten on Endless, where we play the Forgotten faction in Endless Legend on Endless difficulty, and we win. I said that with rather more confidence than I'm feeling. We will win eventually. We may lose a game or two on the way there, but it's okay. It's all in the process of learning. So I want you to see my map settings, if you care. Those are the World Gen settings. I play on Pangea because I feel that the AI is disproportionately disadvantaged by water. Hopefully, that'll be changing in the new expansion I'm very excited about. Unfortunately, did not get into the closed beta, at least as far as I know. But I'm very excited nonetheless. Anyway, let's talk about the actual game at hand here, The Forgotten. This was requested by a viewer a very long time ago, like right before the Pillaging series started going up, and I told the guy, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll do them next. And then the Pillaging series ran super long, so I feel bad that it's taken this long to get to The Forgotten. But hey, we're finally here. Gonna be a bit unusual, a bit of a unique challenge, these guys. You know what? I'll just let them tell you about it themselves.
Ages ago, we were banished by our kin. In fear and shame, they turned their backs on us, closing the door. We survived on a world gone mad by embracing the madness. Thus shadow and silence became our allies, and they made us strong. Now the time for payment of ancient debts has come. The price will be high, and we will be paid in full.
I really like that music track. So, the Forgotten are people who crashed with the ship in the events of Dungeon of the Endless, and then were left out of the vault that gives the vaulters their name. And they're not taking it well. You know, a lot of people will tell you that the best way to stay happy and healthy is to let bad things that happened to you in the past, just let them go. These guys clearly don't believe in that. They are hate. So they hate the Vaulters, and they hate everything the Vaulters stand for. And what do the Vaulters stand for more than anything else? Science. So we cannot see, gather, or use science, and we cannot perform research. Technologies can be bought with dust. They can still be acquired normally through trading, and we can get them through espionage, which we'll talk about in a moment. We are expert foragers, which is not... We're expert looters is what we are. We're really good at burning down a minor faction village and then stealing all their stuff while the buildings burn. So every time we destroy a neutral village, we get some loot. It's about equivalent to searching a ruin, basically. Mostly dust, like at the beginning of the game, 30 to 70 dust. We also can get, rarely, strategics and luxuries. Like 10 of a luxury, 5 of a strategic, that kind of thing. We're knowledge seekers. We don't like science, we do love knowledge. We want the end result of the science, we just don't want to have to do the work, you know? It's no fun if you see how the sausage is made. So we can perform the infiltration action technology copy. We cannot decrease the science production of other empires with our spies, but we can just copy any technology that empire has access to. We'll talk more about espionage when we start performing it. It's going to be very important to this playthrough. We are practiced pillagers. +1 fortification damage on all of our units. Makes us faster at pillaging, makes us faster at sieging cities. Also, -1 dust on military upkeep. I do not know if that's per unit or per army. Either way, it's a good thing, obviously. We have some unique techs, which we will deal with as they become relevant. We have some unique units. We're going to talk about those in a moment. The 2 techs we get to start the game with, unlocked. Search Party, not so good. Search Party basically does nothing. It reduces the odds to find nothing in a ruin from 20% to 10%. At least I think it's stacking additively. If it's multiplicative, then it reduces them probably from 20% to 18%, which is actually may as well be 0. The problem with Search Party really is that it does help. Mathematically, you know, you can't ignore 10% is 10%. But it feels like it does nothing, and the thing that it actually does do is very small, and that's a bad combination of traits. I'm pretty sure nobody researches Search Party on purpose. There's a reason for that. So I'm kind of bummed to have that. But we also get to start with Pillage, which is great. So if you're not familiar, Pillaging allows us to burn down a tile improvement owned by another empire, a watchtower or neutral village or extractor. And when we do that, we get some loot. It stays burned down for like 8 turns before it automatically is repaired. And we get a small amount of dust and also a secondary reward based on what the thing was. If it's a wine extractor, we get some wine. If it's a titanium extractor, we get some titanium. If it's a minor faction village, I think we just get a random luxury. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So we're uniquely suited to pillaging. First of all, obviously we have practice pillagers. But secondly, every single Forgotten unit has the stealth capacity. Invisible to any empire that has no sources of vision on us and does not have any units adjacent to us. Sources of vision that break stealth are watchtowers, and there's a trinket that heroes can get that gives them vision that breaks detection. It is unlocked, in fact, by the pillage technology. And then, as I mentioned, also, if we are right next to a building or unit owned by a player, then that player can see that army. An army is stealthed as long as every unit in it is stealthed, which means that Forgotten heroes are something of a priority as army commanders for us, because if we have a bunch of assassins led by, like, a Draken, then, you know, the whole army is visible. It's a bummer. But the value of stealth for pillaging, obviously, is that we get to just walk right up to a thing, start burning it down before the enemy knows what's happening, and then, thanks to a combination of practice pillage and the fact that we are kind of hard to see, maybe we get to slink back into the night without having to fight. We get to pull off a pillage without having to fight about it much more often than other empires, which is really important in the early game, especially against endless AI who have effectively an infinite number of units. Assassins have Acrobat, which lets them move right through opposing units. This is important. It allows them to basically function as cavalry when it comes to disrupting backline archers and stuff. It's pretty valuable. And also, Forgotten units dual wield, can equip 2 one-handed weapons. And you'll notice, in our armory over here, no shields. We do not have shields as an option. Can equip 2 one-handed weapons or 1 two-handed weapon. If you go for the 2 one-handers, you only get half the attributes of the left-handed weapon. But what this means is we get a little bit bigger power boost from moving up into a new strategic tier than most people do. You know, we have 1.5 titanium weapons, effectively. I actually think this is really neat, because it sort of mirrors how the Vaulters get a bigger than usual power boost from moving up into a new strategic tier. I think it's really cool that the Forgotten, being descended from the Vaulters, have sort of thematic and mechanical mirrors of a lot of the Vaulter traits in them. That's really good design, I think. Kudos to the designers on this one. Plus, you know, we look reasonably cool. I think the shadow effect is neat. Oh, the other thing about dual wield. Half attributes from the offhand weapon, but full use of its capacities. So we can, for example, have a sword in the main hand, so we have Infantry Slayer, and then use an axe in the offhand, so we also have Range Slayer. And the Settler does have stealth. And Cavalry Slayer too, apparently. I did not realize. It's never come up. I guess he has a spear. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so let's have a look at the terrain. Obviously, the fact that we don't get to use... What on earth? Okay. What I was saying is the fact that we don't get to use science changes the value of certain types of terrain for us. For example, this ice sculptures anomaly has literally 0 points of resources on it. But you've probably, by now, seen the thing that I was exclaiming about. I have never seen this before. Look at all of this northern loam. What is going on here? 2414 this tile. I've never seen anything quite like that. Remarkable. Well, obviously we're settling there. And then we get to extend down here and get another one, and get to extend down here and get an igloo larva, extend up here and get some black dust. This is crazy. You will notice that this site has no dust. And that's a problem for us. Dust is very, very important to our early game. Something tells me we'll live, though. Yeah, wow, look at... There's a bunch of tiles that just have literally nothing on them. Did we start on an island? Does that happen? Maybe... Huh. We may have started on an island? I didn't know that could happen. Oh no, okay, we didn't. There's the rest of the landmass is west. Well, this is kind of cool. This lake has created a couple of bottlenecks. It's going to be really awkward to attack our capital, which I like very much. Yeah, let's settle in the most obvious location ever. 2414. Okay, the Founders Memorial for Forgotten gives plus 10 dust on account of us not being able to benefit from science. So that's pretty handy. This is super weird. Alright, well we certainly don't need anybody else hanging back here. So welcome to Lendfell. What an odd location. Alright, let's pick up this ruin over here and then get to work. We have a faction quest. It's fairly important to us that we move quickly on our faction quest. We get a lot of value out of it. It is one of the better faction quests so far. I haven't actually played through the whole thing yet. It may shock you to know that I haven't actually played that many games with these guys. So what is our home region has Sisters of Mercy in it. That's not awesome. Except in the sense that it means I'm not that concerned about pacifying them, because we can just fight Sisters of Mercy. Eyeless ones right out here, kind of the same deal. Very easy to kill. The legendary deeds for today are activate 4 luxury boosters in order to receive a tremendous number of emeralds, and destroy 10 armies to get tactical training. It is effectively impossible to get tactical training if this is the deed that generates on Endless, because the AI has so many soldiers and so many resources, you just will never destroy 10 armies before they do. Just cannot happen. So it's a shame, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So let's read about this faction quest. My dreams are still haunted by the night we lost my friend, my rock, the previous leader of the Warfarer's divinity, Master Shadow Ziema Adya. They came upon us not 3 days out from the Targadian mountains, shadowy figures in the night. At first we thought them simple bandits preying on hapless travelers, desperate rogues who'd made a fatal mistake in selecting their victims. We imagined we would kill them easily enough, but we were wrong. Had Arla not been left behind, sick with fever, we may have mastered them, but in our arrogance we underestimated them. Ziema battled formidably, saving many of our lives, but that only aided our attackers' true intentions. They wanted not to rob us or kill us, but to steal away Ziema herself. And they succeeded. And it wasn't only her they took. Some of my most experienced warriors also vanished that night. In the aftermath, stranded in the Oregon wilds, bloodied and exposed, there was little we could do except carry on with our original plan, without Ziema or the others. Every day, the same questions burned in my mind. Who kidnapped Ziema? Did one of our party betray our intentions to the spineless trinity who rule the Forgotten in Dagari Tonga? The fearful High Consecrate and the feeble masters of the divinities? Those rulers who have forgotten our motto, we are the power in the shadows? Or was she taken by some other enemy who escapes my attention? The questions burn. The one that burns the most, though, is this. Where is she now? Before we settled Lendfell, all I could do was seethe and agitate. Now, though, now I can begin to get answers. Now I will do everything in my power to find Ziema, and have my vengeance on those who stole her away. A Haunts village in the nearby region of Ipadan knows something of Ziema's kidnapping. Pacify the village to get some sweet blood crystals. Okay. So our faction quest, fairly early on, awards us a second hero, in addition to giving us some free units. It's one of the better faction quests, like I said. It's important to me that we make progress on it quickly. There's so much northern loam out here, it's crazy. This is 7 instances of the same anomaly in one region. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Hey, there's no particular reason it needs to be this one. I guess this makes sense. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy... Oh, that's not the button I wanted. We're going to buy us some language squares. So you'll notice this is not terribly expensive. That's not going to continue being the case. They get pretty expensive. Bring back 10 titanium. Okay. So, like I said, we get extra loot from burning down minor faction villages. Now, you may be thinking, hey, why are we even talking to these people? And it's because our units are just a little bit squishy. Did I talk about the unit stats? I may not have. Assassins have 92 health and only 33 defense. 44 attack and 34 damage. Pretty good offense, but poor defensive stats. We can't afford to fight all of the minor factions. Our units will get killed. So, we're still going to take quests where we can. And I guess we're just gonna... I'm gonna fight these ones. Right? We don't need all three of us for this, do we? Trying to figure out... okay, so there'd be 2 turns before this guy could get in range anyway. Oh, and this is the Haunts Village. You know what? Let's focus on the faction quest. We can deal with the sisters later. I don't want my units injured while we're going to fight those Haunts, because Haunts are actually a little bit tougher. So we need to keep looking for regions to settle, new places to put a city. Of course, it's important that we do not forget about the rest of the game. So we merely have to pacify the village. We don't actually have to burn it. Let's see if they give us a nice easy quest. You know, maybe it'll be easier than I'm making it. Okay. I got excited for a moment there. I was like, 10 Moonleaf? But Moonleaf's actually completely valueless for us. Still, destroying an eyeless one's village is just easier than destroying a Haunts village, so I think we're going to do that. Is this the village they want us to... Yep, okay. Done and done. Takes a lot less effort. We're in range, right? I think everybody should be in range. Yeah. Alright, we maybe don't have to manual this, but let's go ahead and manual it. Where are my reinforcement flags? They're down here. We may as well start between them since we have to... Alright, everybody focus up. We don't have to approach these guys with any particular strategy. We can pretty much just run at them. Eyeless ones are really bad. They're really weak. They do have a slow, which can prove frustrating sometimes. Okay, so we're going to take advantage... Oh no, we can't take advantage with this guy, I think, because he's too slowed. Yeah, we can't move enough spaces. Alright, well, I'm going to have the hero move to here. I really want this guy to jump to the other side so that our hero can get in. Not in the cards, unfortunately. So you can see what I was talking about here with the the eyeless ones being very weak. Still, we've taken a little bit more damage than I would like just due to the... I told you this lake was going to serve as an effective bottleneck for combat purposes. Alright, and we got 10 wine as loot. That's pretty handy. Let's go ahead and hit that wine. Pop us into Fervent immediately. That seems to have helped a little bit with the dust. Also, obviously, we finished our thing here. It's embarrassing. I don't actually have the dust necessary to purchase the next unit design, or the next technology. I think it's pretty obvious that our triangle is going to be like this, so as to take advantage of the maximum possible number of anomalies. That adds 4-4. That adds 6-4-2. That adds 6-4-4. Well, we have a winner. We'll work on this for one turn. Next turn we'll be able to buy Mill Foundry, and we'll switch to that immediately. We'll get 10 more Moonleaf. Man. I I'm going to do this with this army, or with this unit, because I want the hero to be able to range north and hit these ruins. Alright, so we got Blood Crystal. The Haunts claim dissident forgotten hiding in ruins in Ipidan over here. Alright, so we have to search those ruins, is the next part of the quest. When we search those ruins, we'll get some free units. Well, not exactly free. We have to fight them, but, you know, close to free. So this region is interesting. Obviously not quite as great. We have here Purple, who is immediately going to settle us into a corner. Yeah, if Purple settles Quera, we can't move. Well, if Purple settles Quera, maybe we can just take it from them immediately. I think that has to be the plan, right? Oh, I totally forgot about that. Well, break wall. Cool, I guess. Alright. These guys have to follow them. The hero can obviously just get warped ahead. Alright. Howdy, Purple. We are attacking their settler in the hopes of... Damn it. Of course they have reinforcements close enough. Their city is right. It's like, it's gotta be... Their city must be this tile. Right? Oh, I can't see the battle area anymore. Okay. Well, they ran away because they didn't want to risk the settler. I'm not sure that they'll run away the second time. We might want to engage in the battle anyway, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. He's a little further south. He might not be in range of his city anymore. That's cool. Do we actually have a luxury? Oh, we do. We have 2 gold extractors. We have 2 gold sources so that we can build enough extractors to finish our quest, because our luck this game has been really good. Purple trying to settle us into a corner immediately notwithstanding. I think we do attack the settler again. He'll actually fight, and we'll probably lose our hero, but is trading the hero for the settler worth it? My experience has been that if you do this, the AI doesn't build a new settler right away all the time. Sometimes you buy yourself some time. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to attack the settler again. Oh, this time he doesn't have other dudes in range. So the settler will go to very little health and probably not move, because for some reason that's what they do. They don't move. Sometimes they don't. After the second time they just stay still. I don't know why, but it is a real thing. Okay, we're going to stay right here. Obviously we're going to attack the settler with our very first thing on this turn. And consume him. And Purple is now very, very, very mad at us. Obviously. As we would be. I'm fine with it. I don't care. So we can now search this ruin, but we won't. I'm going to move 2 guys onto Dust. And I'll explain why in a moment. Let me just make sure everything is cool. So we need to be at 58. Yeah, this will do. Okay. Do we need 2 guys on Dust then? Yes, we do. Alright. When we search these ruins, some Predators are going to pop up. Predators are our ranged unit. When we defeat the Predators, we will take them and gain them as units. Are we in good enough health for this? Yeah, we are. Hero's going to finish scouting up here first. Yeah. When we defeat the Predators and get them as units, if we do not already have the Predator unit design, we get them as mercenaries, which means they cannot be retrofitted. If we do have the Predator unit design, we just get them as actual units, and we can retrofit them and use them as we please. Obviously, it is way, way better to have units you can retrofit, especially, in our case, when we want to be able to get them equipped with a pair of crossbows and get that extra bonus power. Obviously, we are pretty okay at the thing that we do here, and we got lucky that the ruin was on the very corner of a landmass, because it means that we get to do this thing to completely pin them in place. You can just back off. Trade again. Okay, so we received 2 Predators. Pretty good. We can now search this ruin for real as well. And get 5 glass steel. What a wild success that was. Alright. Funny how men become eager to talk before the persuasive glow of a firebrand. Unfortunately, the dissident forgotten knew little, save for the fact that Ziema and the others were taken to a distant city. It would have been easy to order these men's deaths after their confessions, but to do so would be wasteful, not to mention unjust. They were only pieces in others' designs. A Draken, a Vaulter, and another who kept every facet of their identity hidden are the ones who pulled the strings, they tell me. Vengeance must wait, however. First, I must find Ziema. The fact she was captured and ferried leagues across Auriga gives me hope that she still lives. I fear, though, the state in which I will find her. I remember vividly her strength, her ambition, her hopes for our people. Back in Dagari Tanga, when we plotted our escape together, seeking a better way for the forgotten, I remember the conviction of her words. We will not survive the coming winters by cowering in the mountains like rats. We will control Auriga by embracing who we are. We are the power in the shadows. I hope she still has the means to speak those words. Time is my greatest enemy. Now hold up, it's Arla, right? Right? Obviously? Like I said, I haven't played through the faction quest in its entirety. But yeah, they had a mate named Arla who was sick with fever, so sick that she had to be left behind when they made their exodus from their society. That's some fever. And then mysteriously they were ambushed. What, have they never seen a Mafia movie? Who's not there? That's who did it. We're gonna get so backstabbed here. Alright, so infiltrate Cha, reach level 3 infiltration to discover Ziema's exact whereabouts. So we have to... I mean, we may as well just merge this whole army up. There's no sense in having the extra dust cost. And we certainly don't need to spread out and scout, it would seem. So we have to infiltrate this city. That means 2 things. First of all, we have to get vision of the city in order to infiltrate it. That's important. Secondly, we have to pay 20 influence. If we pay 20 influence now, the odds that we're going to have enough influence for an Empire plan on turn 20 are basically 0. So I'm actually going to make a... Oh, we should move dudes back to here. And I'm going to make a settler. Since we know we won't be taking advantage of an Empire plan anyway, we may as well just go settle right now. There's nothing holding us back. Usually the thing that holds us back is that I want to buy an Empire plan. Alright. Let's get moving. I don't know which region we're going to settle yet. This one looks pretty good. The Weaver worms are really great for us, and they have plus approval on them, and we get them near a river. I like rivers a lot. Mostly because of Iceworks, but also because of Aquapulvistics. This region has some okay locations. Obviously, the Spiral Rock Peel, rather, is pretty good, but all the tiles around it are really weak. So I think it makes more sense to go to here. I don't see any luxuries, but I'm sure 2 augmented extractors on gold should keep us rolling for quite some time. There could be something over here. And it does have titanium, which is the resource that we don't have in our home region. Plus, Querat, we know for a fact, does not give us access to any more land, whereas Ipedan clearly reaches out further into the continent. What are you? You're a settler. Stop! Obviously, I'm not okay with the person you are trying to be. If we kill 2 of Purple's settlers, he's gonna be really mad. Or she, rather. Let's hope that we are allowed to do exactly that. Okay, so let me take a moment to manage everything. Yeah, I mean, nothing really changes. Alright, please don't move after the battle. Okay, brilliant. Oh, he's trying to move now. Trying to get to a settling location. We gotta stop him. Alright, so we've killed 2 of Purple's settlers. Purple is really hurting. I think we have enough influence to do an infiltration. We just got to get over there. Alright, and what is next is probably Predators. I want to get some more tech. We've had very poor dust is the primary problem. Actually, this is like really important. We got to get there. I think that means we need to pillage a little bit. That's fine. We're good at pillaging. I didn't actually start anything. Alright, so let's head to Ipedan. Well, I don't know exactly where to yet, but to Ipedan anyway. Also, the minor faction villages are all pacified there, which is of significant benefit, obviously. So we can see Cha from here. Let us infiltrate. Okay, so let's talk about how infiltration and espionage work now, because they're all of a sudden about to be really important. So every turn that a hero is infiltrated in a city, you saw it takes some influence and obviously sight of the city. Every turn that a hero is infiltrated, they gain some infiltration points based on their spying capacity. That's the default, the base value. Spying 4 gives 10 per turn. Spying 3 only gives 5 per turn. 4 is really quite a lot better than 3. The only people who have Spying 4 are Forgotten Heroes. The only people who have Spying 3, as far as I'm aware, are Roving Clans heroes, and everybody else has 2, which is some amount of infiltration points so low that you don't even care about it. You can see here, the next level is at about 46 infiltration points. That's when we'll go up to Infiltration 2. And all of the actions that are available to us require some level. Decrease Vision requires at least level 3, Reveal Spy requires at least level 4, etc. Also, there's an influence cost associated with each action. When you perform an action, you immediately go back to 0 infiltration points, but you gain a seniority bonus. You gain a number of seniority points equal to the point value that you the number of levels that you had when you did your thing. And from then on, every time you gain infiltration points, you'll gain an additional number equal to your seniority value. So the longer your spies in a city conducting missions, the better you get at building up infiltration, which means the faster you can conduct more missions. You lose all of your seniority in the city if you ever leave the city for any reason, such as being forced out or imprisoned. So obviously the way you stop a spy from snowballing like crazy is to catch them. The AI has a security of 40 in this city because the AI is always fervent. I think the AI just doesn't have to deal with approval. They're just like always fervent. Which is, you know, a little bit of a bummer. Every time we perform an action, there's a chance for them to catch us, and that chance is based on their security value. You can see, if we perform an action in this city, there's a 52% chance that our spy will not be caught at all, a 37% chance that our spy will be wounded, they'll lose half their life, and an 11% chance that they'll take damage equal to 100% of their life and immediately have to come home. We need to get to infiltration level 3 for our faction quest. Alright, I'm going to get over here so that we're maximum distance away from these Telsum Warlocks. Telsum Warlock 2 at 48-44 damage-wise. These guys basically, they're as soft as our troops. They have 110 health because they're improved. But by default, they're as soft as our troops, but they have about the same attack as we do. Basically, they're just like better than we are. Oh, did I stepped on it instead of hitting pillage because I was like, I'll just right-click on it. That'll give me the menu. Too used to fighting cities. Alright, so we're going to pillage this improvement with any luck, if I can figure out how to work my controls. Yeah, there we go. Okay, when the circle fills completely with orange, it is pillaged. So you can tell it's going to take a little more than 2 turns, just a tiny sliver more than 2 turns, so it's unfortunate. Yep, not really anything for it. Just have to walk through the forest of ice thingies. But we really need this stuff. We really need the dust that we're going to get from this. This is purple grousing at us. An act of theft? It's interesting how little they cared when we killed their people. Okay, so let's figure out where this settler's going. So this was the location that I pulled out. 11-4-14 with 10 approval. That's not terrible. 4-10-10 is not acceptable. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that none of these areas are going to beat this one. That is unfortunately quite a distance. Couple more turns. I'm glad we got started as early as we did. We're going to need a new Predator. Another one. We need one more dust. That's okay. I expect our assassins to be killed fairly early. In fact, maybe right here. No. You do not want to discover me. It will only end poorly for you. Okay, let's maybe take a... No, you know what? We have stealth. Let's be gutsy. So we're going to finish the pillage as soon as the turn starts, and then we're going to move right away. We're also going to buy Empire Mint tech and begin the construction of that Empire Mint. Alright, yeah, I expect our assassins will die fairly shortly, and actually, I haven't talked about what the Predators are. It's very important that we have as many Predators jammed into this army as possible. Predators have, first of all, they dual-wield hand crossbows, which seems like a silly way to do things because you're going to have to put one of those crossbows down to reload the other one anyway. And they have the Predator's Mark. Now, you may notice 48 attack is pretty good, 20 damage is pretty bad, but the Predator's Mark. When one of these guys shoots an opponent, it puts a mark on that opponent. You can have up to 3 marks on each enemy unit. And when a Predator attacks a unit that is marked, it gets plus 20% damage per mark. So, a group of 4 Predators gets to stack up their marks very quickly, gets to dealing the real damage within the first turn. The more melee guys you have screwing up the mixture, the worse your damage output is. So, let's make sure we have these guys selected. And we are fleeing now into the night, away from the enemy units. Alright, what did we get? We got 30 dust and 8 glass steel. Okay, that's fine. Totally acceptable, fine. That's a settler. Yeah, they're going to block us in one way or the other. I think, honestly, the only chance we have is to kill these guys. We are totally hedged in. Because they're just going to settle here. And even if we get Karat and Ipidan, we're still trapped. But we have really impacted their growth. I think if there was ever a game where we were definitely going to be able to kill somebody, it's this game. So I honestly think we may not allow our spy to reach level 3 just yet. As much as I want to get that second hero, we may need to steal a generic Era 1 technology just to keep ourselves going. Alright, I guess we'll see how many turns it is between 2 and 3 before we make that decision. So you want to... Right, 11-4-14, that's got to be better than any of the surrounding tiles. Yeah. Alright. And we're in a friendly region already. Let's go over here as the turn starts, just so that I can see the rest of the tiles that we're talking about. Okay, not a lot of value on those extra tiles. I really want to attack them. I want to attack them so much. You have no idea. The bloodlust is very strong. Alright. The extra population from the minor faction villages is so helpful. Alright, so our hero has reached level 2. We could steal attack right now, or we could wait 7 turns. I kind of think we're pretty far behind. How much influence do we have? We have 18. Bring in 4 per turn. Yeah, I think we should go for it. Alchemist's Furnace is a good one. So's Cultivation. Pretty torn. Cultivation's great. Alchemist's Furnace, we do have, what is it, 15? 18. We have 18 glass steel already because we stole some. It's going to cost 6 glass steel per unit that we want to upgrade to having 2 glass steel crossbows. So, we actually still are short. I think we have time, though. I think we should go Cultivation right now. And our spy was unnoticed. Boss. Some of the infiltration actions, for example, decreased vision, have an obvious effect and are apparent to the enemy immediately. Steel technology, you can see in this notification text here, where it says the notification in green, they don't know that we did it if we don't get caught doing it. So they have no reason to react to a spy, which is good. That's very important to us. Okay, so if we're 2 techs out, so we do have to pick this up. This has to be our next tech. And then the last tech is maybe Mercenary Market. It kind of depends on... It might be Mercenary Market, it might be Open Pit Mine, depending on how our dust situation works out. Actually, I have a very hard time believing that it could be Mercenary Market the way things have worked out right now. I think it's going to have to be Open Pit Mine. Alright, so let's start moving these guys forward. Should I just claim Karat right away? Maybe, actually. It might be really important. We can't stop them from getting whatever this is. And it looks like it doesn't quite landlock us. There's a very small path of adjacency here. I mean, we don't have to stick to adjacency rules. It's just that it's very difficult to defend a region that's separated from the rest of your empire. So I think we're going to go ahead and go for their hero. I'm going to try to play this game very aggressively. Like I said, I do not know what the best way is to... Oh, I assumed their guy was going to head north. What is he doing? He's playing Ring Around the Rosie with us, even though he can't see us. He's headed to their new region. He's headed to their new region. Which means that he has abandoned their old region. Okay, so once we have a spy in the city, we can just go look at it anytime we feel like it. I want to go over there and conquer it very badly. But I think that we have literally no chance of doing that without upgrades. Got retrofitted, well-armed troops. Which means we need to make... I know, I have to hit apply on the anti-empire plan. Apparently. And you will notice, of course, that our spy now has 3 seniority. It's 3 instead of 2, like you would expect, because we took a skill on our spy that increases the amount of seniority bonus you get from stuff. What's up? Yes, we're all friends here. Oh my. Blue actually settled them out of the region they were trying to take. Interesting. And they're building cavalry units as quickly as they can, which definitely puts a bit of a damper on things. Alright, let's take Karat. We need it. We need it, and they're going to be looking for it really shortly. I have to say, I'm really excited about this start in the sense that we got, like, this is a really wacky open. We've got a lot of weird stuff going on. But I do not like this being all the way in the corner thing. So yeah, they're pumping out units at an incredible speed. We have to hope some of these units leave. If they all just sit in the garrison at Cha, I don't know how we're going to fight them. Alright, some of them are leaving. Centaur 3, that's 40 attack, 33 damage, 62 defense. 62 is high, certainly. We're going to do very poor damage against those units. We really need a retrofit very badly. I mean, we may as well go back into their region and hit that ruin. I'm not sure if they can see us or not where we are right now. Alright, our spies hit level 2 again. 5 titanium. That's fine. Our spies hit level 2. So we could steal a tech from them again. At the cost of a lot of influence. We'll just take Alchemist Furnace right now. Yeah. Kind of think it's important. We went unnoticed. So as soon as you're done with that, you gotta get the glass steel going. Alright, what's next? I want to be aggressive really badly. I'm just nervous. So 172 for the next tech. We can use our settler to pick up this stack of pearls. And now I don't actually know where we're going to settle. And it's hard to plan during the winter. You know, I really want to settle up here somewhere to give us a nice defensive advantage and to make it so Lenfell can reinforce more easily. And we do have the cool spiral rock peels. I might settle up here even though it's kind of not great just for the strategic value of it. We have got to get to... So let's talk about a detailed plan for attack. We need to steal this tech, or buy it. I think we're going to let the spy go up to level 3 on this one. Seniority 6, you can see it really accelerated the rate of growth here. We're getting 16 per turn. Yeah, I'm going to let Gulayawa go to 3 on this one. And we'll try to steal alchemical alloys. I think it will probably be available. Do I want to move the assassins out of this army? I think I do, actually. Oh, you don't have any move. I think I want to merge all the Predators together. So we're actually doing okay on Dust. Yeah, I know we have Moonleaf. Activating the Moonleaf wouldn't even get us to... And we have Haunts. Oh, I forgot to pacify our minor faction. Yeah, I should definitely do that. Let's not go for the museum right now. Let's do this. That'll get us some more resources. It gets us this empty tile. Do I want... Hold on, do I want to do that? This is probably the better build, right? Yeah, 4-3 as opposed to 5-2. We need Dust. But if the altar's there and I build my triangle like this, which I think I'm going to, I can't level it up. Well, I may just have to end up building more districts than that anyway. It's fine. The altar doesn't need to be leveled. Alright, so let's transfer you guys over to here. Yeah, they have 7 units in their garrison and they produce a new unit every turn. The winter ends very soon, so we'll be able to get an accurate read of how much output our various given city locations have. I think it's really important that we stop purple from settling. What is this? This is a warlock and some guy. 6, 14, 10, 1, 6, 14, 10, 4, 8, 13, 10. I think this is better. Yeah. Think so. Okay, let's do that and this. Oh, I forgot about this. We can pacify that eyeless one's village that we already burned down. I'm not going to worry about it. It'll get done when it gets done. This thing is no longer pillaged. Unacceptable. Out of curiosity, because I actually don't know, can I have more than one army participate in the pillaging? Nope, doesn't seem to have changed the circle at all. Okay. Yep, we're going to level 3 this time, moving our faction quest along and also getting a little bit more value. So I think I will buy open pit mine as soon as it's available, probably. Somebody got the thing. Yep, we got some. Ardent Mages got both of the legendary deeds. Crazy. By the way, just so we're clear, I did not have to be in Era 2 to steal an Era 2 tech. I could have stolen alchemical alloys if it's there without doing this. But I think it was still important to do this because of the effect that gold is going to have on our economy. I think it was still worthwhile. I may have slowed down our attack. In fact, I definitely slowed down our attack a little bit because it's going to take us longer to build up the retrofit money. But I think it was worth doing. I think it was the right move. We're definitely not running the fastest Tier 2 strategic attack ever. How many turns are we? 3 more turns? Oh, hey. And we get to finish double or nothing, so we have even more seniority bonus. Okay, if these guys attack us, I think we stand and fight. Although I also think the pillage is done this turn, so... Need some more glass steel. Yep. Pillage is finished. Let's withdraw from their territory. I think they may mean us harm. We got 60 dust that time. That helps. That's going to improve our retrofit speed. Alright. Let's head down here and see what we can see as far as incoming enemies. And then after you guys finish this, honestly, I may go for the museum. It's kind of a late museum, but yeah, I think it might be worthwhile. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. It's not a decision I have to make right now. I don't know why I'm stressing about it. I think Purple's planning to attack us. We've accumulated quite a lot of diplomatic penalty from them. Would not be surprising. Alright, we can pick these guys off, though. They have wandered into a territory that they are not prepared for. Actually, this is still going to hurt with us being completely unleveled, but we have a lot of Predator. I actually think that probably they're going to focus on attacking our Predators. Yep. So that's going to be helpful to them. In the sense that it's going to make it very difficult for us to bring in reinforcements as quickly as we would like, especially since the Predators on the other reinforcement point will choose not to behave in a sensible fashion. So yeah, that hurt. We lost a guy that we probably did not have to lose there. If I had positioned my units a little better, I think. Okay, 0016. Well, we got him this turn at least. Yeah, we lost a Predator that we did not need to lose, but we showed them... I'm not sure. We definitely lowered the strength of their army in total. And we did lose less army strength than they did. It's sort of a win. Certain definition of that word. Alright, next turn, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to steal the thing we're looking for. They almost certainly have it. The AI loves it. Alright, so we fulfilled some faction quest stuff. We got 15 gold right away. We're going to pop it. We have 3 cities, right? Never mind. We'll pop it soon. When it's, possible. Now we know where in the ruins. Okay, if we search this ruin, we will get Siema Adya. That is a free hero. Where did those purple guys go? Okay, I wanted to know where they were. Because I don't know what they're doing. It's making me nervous. Alright, this turn we're going to get Augmented Extractor. Things are going to be pretty good now. This gold's going to be coming in at a rate of 4 per turn, which I'm happy about. No, keep moving. What are they doing? Alright, so Siema Adya acquired. I should feel relief and happiness upon seeing Siema back in our midst, and I do. But those emotions are eclipsed by much more powerful feelings. Feelings of rage and frustration. A desire for vengeance. Though Siema is broken and a remnant of her former self, even in her weakened state I see that same glimmer in her eye. She cannot yet talk of who her captors were, nor what purpose they tortured her, nor for what purpose they tortured her. That will come in time. For now I must do everything in my power to rebuild her strength. Of Arla, the third pillar of our trinity, I hear whispers that she wandered from Tagari Tonga in a fever, her body found in the wilderness. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess maybe the face was disfigured. Pretty hard to tell it was actually her, but they keep saying it's her, we'll just believe them. If true, the Forgotten have lost a great leader. We will honor her by forging the greatest Forgotten civilization ever to grace Auriga, one able to withstand, perhaps even flourish, in the grim winter that comes. Siema's dual swords, Shadowbinder and Shadowbrand, lie broken, exactly as we found them beside her slumped body. When her strength is returned, we will find a way to make them whole again. She will need them to have her vengeance. The word vengeance appears in this faction story a lot more times than it does in the others. So we have to unlock Double or Nothing at level 2. Double or Nothing is the skill that we just finished unlocking at level 2 on our other spy. Obviously, from the wording there, I intend to use Siema as a spy. It's just what she's best at. But we have to get her some XP first. So, she doesn't come with any skill points. And you'll note she only has Spying 3, even though she's a Forgotten. That's because she is... she's currently in her depowered state. Once we push a little further, we'll get full strength Siema back. That's as far as I've gotten in the faction quest. I don't know what happens after that. But once you do that, she has Spying 4 and everything is cool. So... we need to assign her to something, and I think it's going to be this army of Predators, because she needs to get stats from... yeah. That'll work. Okay. So we've harassed Purple quite a bit. We've definitely negatively impacted their growth. Generally made nuisances of ourselves. We need another Predator. It's not that I don't like the Museum of Auriga, I'm just concerned that we're going to waste a bunch of time going for it. Time that would have been better spent on something else, perhaps. Oh, and our spy should steal attack. Yeah, please. They don't. They have meritocratic promotion. Well, get it. Still unnoticed. Yeah, meritocratic promotion's not bad at all. Seriously though, we need alchemical alloys, and I was really hoping to get it from spying because I do not want to have to spend dust, because I would like to use our dust for retrofitting. So what would it cost? It would cost 316, and then we'd have to pay retrofits. How quickly is our spy? Our spy's on seniority 12 now, which is pretty great. It's going to be 2 turns to get to 2. And then like another 5 turns, I think. Maybe even 6 to get to 3. I don't know. We might not be able to wait that long. We may end up having to buy alchemical alloys. I guess I said we may not be able to wait that long. But really, there's no sense in which that's actually reasonable. We don't have to buy alchemical alloys until the moment we also have the dust afterward to, until we have enough dust to simultaneously buy that and upgrade our units because of the magic of instant technology. So actually, I am going to wait. Okay, look at all that. We are at 43 influence right now. This would be a cool time to have some wine. I'm going to go for this. Yeah, let's do it. I don't really need to build more military units, and we're gonna, I think, be building military units in Ipadan anyway. Oh, for some reason I was thinking that the stock went down to 0 every time you leveled up, but it totally doesn't, so we're gonna have that pretty quickly. I suppose we'll range out here and grab those pearls. What's next, Winter? -1 dust on terrain with dust. That doesn't actually hurt us that much. We don't have that much terrain that has dust on it. Most of our dust is from other things. Oh, speaking of dust, though, we should definitely be popping this gold. Yeah, so Ipadan doesn't have anything hugely relevant. We can start building burrows, but we can't actually make a shape that isn't approval negative right now. So I think what we're going to do instead is produce a predator. There is still a space down here that we could settle. And he's sending settlers north. You know what? If he has more cities and we were only able to get Cha, that would be totally... I would count that as a success. Pretty wild success. Oh, have we met another player, or is this purple... Ha! Yeah, peaceful. That is what we have been. No two ways about it. Alright, Spy, we really need you to get the thing from the guy. We really need the guy to have the thing so that we can take it. Alright, so let's see about this technology here. What is up? Are you declaring war? No, you are closing your borders. I don't care about that. The next time we enter your borders, it will be to burn you to the ground anyway. Alright, well... Imperial Highways is cool. Still undetected. Gulayawa, you're the best. Ziema needs to go this way. We have to get to double or nothing. Yeah, I remember... It has been a little while since I did it. I remember that you level her up, and then you have to get her swords fixed. And then she's like, oh, she goes up to a full-fledged Forgotten. She gets her spying level 4. She gets some more capacities, I believe. And the swords, I think, are really good. I don't remember exactly. Well, I don't think we can wait any longer. I don't think they're going to get it. So let's just go ahead and buy the damn tech. Alright, and we're going to set some people in some cities to a higher value of dust, and we're just going to have to, yeah, we're just going to have to get it, because they are gaining. They're gaining distance. The assassins can also... We're going to be fighting infantry. I mean, we may as well offhand the axe. Right, our 3 options are 4 options. No, it in fact looks like 3. Our options are one-handed sword, one-handed axe, and claws. So, the claws give sweep strike back, but take both your hands. You don't get to equip another weapon. It's fine. Then you need real armor. So how expensive is this retrofit? It's gonna be like 1,000. 765. Oh, and that's not even counting what we're gonna have to do to Ziema herself. Yeah, we need a lot of dust. Should I leave them? Possibly. This only adds 1 turn to this. You guys can... Yeah, we have a lot of population. There we go. That almost doubled it. If we're gonna get the next thing would probably be, I don't know, public granary. Alright, actually, I suppose we ought to wrap the video up. So I'm gonna let the turn start to load here. Oh! Cool. We got it because of the global event that's adding all the extra influence. You'll note that they are not moving their units away from their city so much anymore. The battle for Cha is going to be difficult. It's going to be crippling to Purple if we take it, because it was their only source of development for such a long time. I'm sure they've settled north by now. In fact, we can see that their border goes up like that. But taking Cha away will absolutely cripple them. So that's what we're going to try to do. Come back next time. A very ambitious battle for Cha, as soon as this is the very moment we can afford it. And maybe the first step on our path toward victory. We'll see you then.